I'm gonna take this 400-gallon tank and turn it into the river and fill it with some of the coolest creatures I could find. And it wasn't easy getting it here. First, I must build a stand. This stand has to be strong enough to hold 4,000 pounds of water. Otherwise, it could be a disaster. But that shouldn't happen to us, right? Now it's time to add some stuff. I'm gonna start with organic garden soil so I could grow some plants. Then cap it off with the sand. This sand should keep the soil from leaking into the water and making it all dirty and nasty and sewer-like. Then I place 2 big old logs inside. This will give a cool river look while also adding tannins into the water, if that's a good thing, I don't know. Now we have a riverbank on both sides with the middle being the wasteland. Now let's add these plants in. I'm hoping that all these plants will help filter the water and keep it clean. Now that we have all the stuff in, we can add water, and already I have a problem. This dang log broke off the rock and floated up, destroying everything in its path. So I piled some rocks on it and anchored them down on this side with some wire. On day 3, the tank looked like sewer water. So I put this stuff in my filter, and by day 5, the tank was back to being clear. Now that the tank is complete, let's go get some fish. We are gonna play a mobile game to decide what fish we put in this tank. This game is called Fishing Clash, a competitive fishing game unlike any other. Battle your rivals in duels. Compete in large fishing tournaments for prizes. Like this tournament right here, where I am currently in first place. You can join clans to win even more prizes. Like my clan, Mr. Hillbilly, where I have 0 people. So you guys need to come join me, because I can't win this by myself. This game has beautiful, realistic locations and fish. Like catching piranha in the Amazon, blue grouper at the Great Barrier Reef, or hop on a boat for some deep sea fishing. Come on, buddy, stay on, I almost got him. He's so freaking strong. What is this thing? It's a freaking shark. With different lures, you can catch different fish. When you upgrade your lures, you catch even bigger fish. What the heck? Use gift code Mr. Hillbilly and get some cool upgrades like these. Now let's catch some fish for the tank. Alright, first cast, and we got a little bluegill. Alright, I guess that could work. Let's get one more fish though, because this ain't enough. Alright guys, this one feels big. It's a what? A paddlefish? Nope, throw that guy back. He ain't gonna fit in my tank. Alright, one more. Almost got him in, and it's a largemouth bass. I think I can do that. Guys, this game is so much fun, and it's free to play. Make sure you download it so we can all play together. Now, let's add the fish we caught. This is Hank, the bass. I couldn't find a largemouth bass, so I settled for a peacock. I also added this fat mosquito fish named Big Bertha. And Hank does not like her at all. He chased her around for an hour before she retreated to the other side. To prevent Hank from hunting the other fish, I decided to give him a worm, and he just watched it float to the bottom. I'm making it my goal to get Hank to eat a worm from my hand, so I gave him another one. And of course, he wasn't paying attention, but once he found it, he just sat there and watched it. So I tried one more time. And yeah, I wasn't expecting much, but now I have all these worms on the ground and they caught the attention of a blue crawfish. This is Larry, and Larry don't mess around. He likes to cut his worms in half and eat half now and take the other half home for later. But Larry ain't gonna be enough to keep the river floor clean. So I got some baby water dogs. This is Bob and Marley, and they wasted no time exploring for food. But I was very surprised to find that one of them was afraid of worms. On day 10, I introduced bloodworms to Hank. He was quick to try it, but then spat it out. And now Bob is interested in these worms. He shoots to the surface to grab a big mouthful and then quickly dives back down to the depths. And here you can see all the worms have settled on the floor. And Hank doesn't care. I'm starting to wonder if he's lonely and misses his brothers and sisters. I had to find out if this was the reason he wasn't eating. So I got him a dozen striped minnows that looked just like him, and look at that. He quickly joined them while they were schooling. I think Hank is finally happy being surrounded by his new family. On day 15, I noticed the plants were reproducing, sending loads of seeds into the current, and they were latching onto everything, including this dead plant. The sword plants were dropping their land leaves and sprouting aquatic ones. This is a good sign. And of course, the water is turning red again, so time for a water change. Once the tank has been balanced, we won't have to do this ever again. Now look at this. The algae is producing oxygen for the fish. This is essential to sustain life here. I also added a CO2 injector to give the plants the best chance of survival. It's day 20 and this tank is lacking some color and life. So I added a catfish, some tigerfish, these redfish, and these algae eaters to eat the algae. These fish should bring the tank to life. As soon as the catfish was released, he went straight to work cleaning the river floor. The redfish joined the minnows in the wasteland. This guy started eating algae like he does, and the tigerfish were attacking the reflection in the glass. Strong work there, fellas. But if you get out of line, Hank will set you straight. If only he could figure out how to eat. He's been trying so hard and it's wearing him out. But everyone has a part to play to keep this river ecosystem running smoothly. On day 25, the tank was looking amazing and everyone seemed to be thriving. So I thought I'd try to feed Hank a worm again. He immediately came to me, so that's progress. And for a second, I thought he would eat it. We have to get Hank bigger before we introduce the bluegill. You see, this is Hank, and this is the bluegill, except he's 10 times bigger and could easily eat Hank. So I'm gonna grow some live food for him, fairy shrimp and triops. But we have to grow them in a separate tank. So I built this basic tank to house the food until they are big enough to go in the main tank. Now it just needs some bubbles. Add the triop eggs and the shrimp eggs, and I guess we just wait. But something major happened while I was waiting. Bob lost his gills. I am not sure how he morphed considering he's in a freaking fish tank, but we had to get him out before he started to drown himself. I'm gonna give him a worm until I figure out where the heck to put him. But duh, I could just put him in Morpheus's old tank. Sorry, Bob.
You're fired.
On day 26, I tried a worm again. And again. And again. Nope. But the bloodworms, on the other hand, are creating a feeding frenzy for all the fish. It's day 30 and... Gosh dang it, the water's red again! Hold on. It's day 30 and the tank looks crystal clear. I know, I'm just as surprised as you guys are. But the main question is, will Hank eat a worm from my hand? Now I think the worm might be too big, but the tigerfish really seem into this. Just look at how they circle around it like a pack of sharks. Then, the minnow goes in for the strike. And this commotion got Larry's attention. I thought for sure he was going after the worm, but instead, he started eating my plants. So if a small worm was too big, maybe some bloodworms would work. Now I've been feeding him with these tongs for days now to get him used to them and not be afraid. And now that he knows it's safe, let's try it by hand. And it's working. Hank finally trusts me, and it only took 30 days. Now imagine what this tank could look like in 100 days. and welcome to the river. Don't forget to subscribe and download Fishing Clash. Use code Mr. Hillbilly for some awesome gifts. Link in the description, and I'll see you in the next adventure.